Piece of discipline, my people. Be a savage. You can too. To connect with your higher self. And that is how you maximize your now experience. So, what's good, y'all? I'm right here, of course, in my natural element. And I'm sitting here thinking about a lot of shit. And I came to the conclusion that I'm definitely in a depressive state. Definitely in a depressive state. And I know that because I've been depressed before. I know what it is. As far as growth as a person, I wasn't where I am now, which is why I think I'm able to identify it, because I'm still in a good place, but I'm not in a good place. And what I mean by that is, yeah, I'm depressed. I'm going through shit. But I still do what I need to do. That's productive. You know, most of the times when one is depressed or going through things, what we do? We stop eating right. Not sure what the correlation is. Actually, I do. I'll get to that. We stop eating right. We stop working out. We stop doing the things that was productive for us. And those are really the things that keep us afloat. But soon as shit hit the fan, that's what we do. We stop doing everything that's beneficial. And I'm not at that place. I work out every single day. Every single day. Like I said in my last video, even my days off, which is Saturdays, is an active recovery day. I'll go get on the bike for an hour and a half, 2 hours. But I'll just keep my heart rate low. And I learned that from David Goggins. I'll just keep my heart rate low. And I think that's kind of why I'm good. Why I'm not falling. I stay disciplined. I really do. And it's hard. I didn't want to come here. I didn't want to come to this park. I've been avoiding this trail, this hiking trail, for about 2-3 weeks, because the last time I came in here, I got lost for 2 hours. And I shouldn't have got lost because I was in the military and I know how to read a map. I was just walking and then I looked and then I panicked and I wasn't reading the map right, and I just came out on one side of the park and it was like 20 minutes from my car. I had to call an Uber to my car. And I came here because it's like, you have to force yourself to do stuff that you don't want to do. Where there's fear, you have to go and attack that. So that's why I was like, I need to come back here. And what better day than this Sunday that I don't really have too much going on. So I came here. I don't have my phones. Neither one of my phones, so I can't call anyone. And the key thing is paying attention. Believing in what you already know. I already know how to read a map. I'm gonna get out here. I'm not tripping. But when you challenge yourself in ways like that, you really come out on top. You come out above where you were when you went in. Whether you believe it or not. I mean, you may still be going through what you're going through, but there's something that you accomplish within that. And that's really the most important thing. We look at accomplishments as big bells and ringings and trophies and all that, but if you did one thing better today that you didn't do yesterday, you won. You accomplished something. As long as you are growing every single day, you accomplish something. And that's why I don't be on social media. I do have social media, but all the apps are deleted on my phone. I don't be on that shit. I haven't been on it. I don't even be on my phones. I don't have my phones with me. People text me, call me. I don't see it until if I check my phone at night. And if I see it and it's gonna disturb me, I don't reply. You know? And that's just how life is, because at the end of the day, until you get to a certain point of strength, you have to do whatever you have to do to protect yourself. And that may mean stop talking to people, you know, stop being around people, isolating yourself for growth, things like that. But We care what people think too much. We always want other people to give us gratification. I give myself gratification. Nobody else gives me gratification like I do, because I put myself first always. It's important that you put yourself first, because one thing that I fucking learned is that no matter what place you are in a person's life, whether you go the extra mile, you go hard, that person, they still have their own priorities. And that may include you not fucking being number one like you are in their life. Or not even just number one, just doing certain things for people and they don't do it for you. We don't do anything for something in return. But after a while, that shit gets dead. That shit is dead. You know? And the only way it's gonna be deaded is if you did it. You gotta dead shit. We dig ourselves in holes, man. We really dig ourselves in holes. And then we dig ourselves in holes by ourselves and then look to other people to help us get us out. No, motherfucker. You dug yourself in that hole, dig the fuck out. Period. You know, and that's how I am with myself. No one has to tell me what I need to do. I'm disciplined. And if I don't do it, I deal with that within me. If I'm not being disciplined, I deal with that within me. I check myself. You know, so that's why I believe that I'm still afloat through this depression thing. You know, it's just when you get to a certain point in a spiritual awakening that I didn't even know what the fuck was going on. I didn't even know that's what it was. I just felt different. I saw things different. So you just gotta do what you gotta do, you know? Just imagine if we always put ourselves first, like we always put other people first. Then life really would be way different. We will feel better because we wouldn't have expectations from other people. You know, when you have can't have expectations, because when you do, and people don't do the things that you require, then that's going to tamper your mood. But their day is going to continue. So that's why it's important not to have expectations on people. The only expectations you need to have is of your motherfucking self. The only expectations that you need to fulfill is the ones you set for yourself. You know? It's okay to be isolated as long as it's healthy. As long as it's healthy. You feel me? As long as it's healthy. We out here in our natural element. I'm in my natural element. I got lost in this bitch the last time I came. Straight pussy. You feel me? But that's cool though, because I call myself out. I call myself out. Nobody else ever have to call me out. When I do something, I know before I even do it. I already know, you know what? I'm gonna have to call myself out. I'm on some bullshit. And this is very important. When you're hard on yourself, mediocre people will tell you, nah, you're good. That's because they're not on the level of understanding that you're on. So according to them, nigga, you the best in the world. But you know, nah, nigga, I'm not mediocre. Yeah, I ran 5 miles today. That was bullshit because I intended to run 10. They don't even run 2, 1, any. So the fact that you ran 5, you good. No, you're not. You're not good because you didn't meet your expectation. You blew their fucking expectation far beyond. So that shit doesn't even matter because they're mediocre. But we not mediocre. We not mediocre. We strive for greatness. You know? And I think that it's important for us to have that mentality. Because if you don't, then that's how you get drugged down. You have to know how great you are as a person. And you have to set the expectations for your own self. Because some people may set it too high. Some people may set it too low. But at the end of the day, they shouldn't be setting your expectations for you. We don't live up to anybody's expectations but our own. Not society, not your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, sister, mother, cousin, brother, daughter, best friend, godfather. Nobody. You know? And just imagine when you your expectations are already far beyond what they can anticipate for themselves. Just imagine when you meet your expectations and you exceed your expectations. You gonna be shining bright in these motherfuckers' light like, this motherfucker really going hard. That's me. That's my life. That's how motherfuckers look at me. And that was intentional. I do that intentionally. But it's difficult because that comes with not being on social media, so they not seeing what you're doing every day. Nah. Surprise them motherfuckers. Kabam! Fuck you mean? You know what I'm saying? Like dead ass. That's how we gotta be. We have to be one within ourselves. We gotta be one within ourselves. We're not one within ourselves. We're more yoked to other people than we are to ourselves. Where they do that at? Everywhere. Just because something is common don't make it right. Just because everybody do it don't make it right. That shit is wrong. That shit not right. You know what I'm saying? That shit is not right. So if you're depressed, you know what? Let me say something about depression. Depression ain't all bad. You know? Here's the thing about it's not either if you're depressed or you're not. I guess it is, but you gotta think. There's levels to this shit. Either depression is nothing but stress. Depression is stress. So either you have a low level of stress or a high level of stress. And that's how we gotta think about it. You use certain words and it just make you feel like you a piece of shit and you dying. You stressed out. You going through some shit. It's normal. If you got a low level of stress, do what you gotta do to maintain that. If you got a high level of stress, if you're depressed, do what you gotta do to get out of it. Do what you gotta do. Don't ask nobody. Don't rely on nobody. If you gonna ask someone, make sure it's somebody that's on your path, doing what you're doing better than you are. Don't be asking a motherfucker down here, how do I get up there? I don't know, bitch. I never been up there. Come on now, we gotta be smart. We gotta be smart for our own safety, our own minds, our own hearts. We gotta start expressing ourselves to ourselves so that we can know ourselves, so that we can grow, we can become one within ourselves. You know? And when I started this video, before I started this video, I was not in good spirits. I'ma be honest. But just letting that shit out feels good because that talk was for me. That was for me. Because my morning started off wrong. But I was like, you know, I wasn't even gonna come in. I sat in the car at the parking lot of the park for 15 minutes before I got out. I was gonna leave and go just work out. But I'm like, no. See, that's the thing. If I would've went to work out, niggas be like, well, at least you went to go work out. No. The intention was to go in this motherfucking park where I got lost for 2 hours, walk around, and find my way out. Read the fucking map. That's the expectation I set to myself. So after 15 minutes, I got the fuck out, and I got in here, and just the fact that I did it gave me enough energy. Look, I feel good now. You know? I'm not saying my day is about to be perfect, but I'm gonna dictate my day, and I'm gonna dictate how I feel about it. Think about where you are in life. Depression, whether it's happy, sad, the levels, everything. Just evaluate you. You can't have peace without discipline. There is no discipline, there is no peace. Peace.